So Luang Liem has been sick with shingles, a severe case of shingles, which has crept up onto his face, and his eyes are like closed shut. So now he's in the hospital, and it's quite concerning. So I was thinking about Luang Liem ever since that email came in, and thinking about some of his qualities, and just one of the things Luang Liem exemplifies is he's one of those teachers who teaches without saying anything, and he teaches through his effort and through his example. And he's someone who, when he does things, he does it with all of his heart, which is always very, very moving. Sometimes there's this idea that if you reach a high level of spiritual attainments or enlightenment, that you become someone who's completely blank and doesn't feel anything. But actually, I think it's just completely the opposite. If you see somebody like Luang Liem, it's very moving and very amazing to be around him, to watch him, and he'll do things which demonstrate an incredible level of effort and also thoughtfulness. Like there was one time there was a water leak or a water problem in the hospital kuti where Luang Por Cha was, where they were taking care of him, and there was some sort of problem in there, and only Ajahn Liem knew about it, and so he went, and it was in the evening time, and he just went by himself, and he ended up working almost all night really hard to try to fix this water leak in the kuti, and he never really talked about it, but then some other monks noticed what he was doing later on when he was almost finished. And or like sometimes and that's not something that we would ordinarily think to do, but for himself he had that level of thoughtfulness to deal with the situation. And that really shows like the Dhamma. And it's people who are able to put forth that kind of effort in the practice, or just in general in life, people who have a sense of effort seem to really make rapid progress on the path. And it's like we chanted this morning the Dhammapahangsana Sutta, which is the Buddha's striving according to Dhamma, which has these extreme phrases in it in terms of, may my blood and flesh dry up, may my sinews and bones remain, I will not relax my efforts until I can attain what can be attained through human strength, human energy, human effort. So that sounds very extreme, but I think what it's pointing to is a sense of putting our heart on the line for the sake of Dhamma. So, and that brings meaning to our life, and we have this sense of moving in the direction which is extremely good, extremely wholesome and skillful, and then we have a sense of fulfillment that comes from that. Or like I think of like Luang Por Cha talking about the practice and using the analogy of eating peppers. There's a certain type of hot pepper in Thailand which is extremely tasty, but it's also extremely hot. And Luang Por Cha is saying that at a certain point the practice becomes like, it's like you're eating these chili peppers and you're crying and your nose is running, but you just can't stop eating them because they're so good. And so that's I think a very good analogy for the practice of just putting forth effort. Also, like Luang Liem, he would teach. When I was there one time, he was teaching about how to open and close a water tap properly. That's like how he would teach Dhamma. So he'd be like, I have this water tap in front of my kuti. It's 20 years old and it hasn't failed yet because I know how to turn it on and off properly. But most people, when they see a a water tap. They either just like forcefully turn it on or hit it on or something, and then it breaks within a few weeks or a few months. But he says if you're gentle and you just know the right pressure, you know how to turn it on and off, it lasts for years, decades. And so just illustrating the Dhamma through effort and through our sense of carefulness and all these things, it's what we're practicing here is applied Dhamma. It's not something theoretical. And so as we go about our day, it's just good to think about this. The Dhamma is alive and living. It's not something to be found in books. The books are like the map. We need the map to have a general idea of where we're going, but the map doesn't show us where there's trees down on the road. It doesn't show us where there's forest fires. It doesn't show us what the scenery, the beautiful, incredible scenery looks like when we actually walk on the path. It's just a map. It's just red and blue lines on paper. So, but the map is still useful. So the suttas being the map, and the teachings of the Krupa Ajahns being the map. But then when we actually walk the path, that only then can we see the incredible scenery and gain the benefits the path has to offer as we walk towards where we're going. So just a few little thoughts to think about this morning.